The government conducted a simulation for the arrival of Pfizer vaccines this month. The Supreme Court holds a second day of oral arguments on the controversial anti-terrorism law. The Agriculture Department insists that pork vendors in Metro Manila can comply with the price ceiling, but several retailers are still on a pork holiday in protest of the policy. And several senators want to suspend the motor vehicle inspection system as complaints from motorists mount. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. and other officials conducted a simulation for the expected arrival of vaccines from the COVAX facility later this month. Greg Gregorio joins us live from Mandaluyong City to tell us more. Hello, Greg. How did the simulation go today?
Sean, the National Task Force Against COVID-19 said the simulation for the vaccine delivery from NAIA to RATM, the central vaccine hub, was well within their target duration. This morning's simulation started with the unloading of cargoes containing mock vaccines. The jabs went through the adjusted customs clearance and were transferred to 2 refrigerated vans before being transported to the RATM. The process took less than 20 minutes. Another 20 minutes were spent transporting the vaccines from NAIA to RATM in Muntinlupa. NTF Chief Implementer and Vaccine Czar Carlito Galvez said they allotted 150 minutes for this, but the actual run only took around 83 minutes. As for the vaccine preparation and distribution from RATM to other health facilities, the task force allotted 30 minutes. However, they needed 47 minutes to prepare the vaccines, which will be delivered to Cebu and Davao, aside from the earlier identified hospitals in Metro Manila. Galvez said they plan to conduct another simulation to further shorten the time for all of these processes while ensuring the potency of the vaccines, which require sub-zero temperature. Sean, the simulation was conducted to prepare for the arrival of the 117 doses of Pfizer vaccines through the COVAX facility. The NTF will also conduct a separate simulation for the expected millions of doses of vaccines from UK's AstraZeneca. Sean?
Thank you for that update. Greg Gregorio joining us live from Mandaluyong City. Still on COVID, cases in the country have reached the 540,000 mark. That's after the health department recorded over 1,200 new infections on Tuesday. Active cases are now at around 29,100. 65 people died of the virus overnight, pushing the death toll to almost 11,300. Meanwhile, total recoveries are nearing 500,000, with 53 additional survivors today. Here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. Armed Forces Chief Cirilito Sobejana says that the new Chinese law allowing its Coast Guard to fire on foreign vessels is very alarming. Sobejana said that the Navy will increase its visibility in the West Philippine Sea, not to wage a war against Beijing, but to ensure the protection of Filipinos. Several senators have joined calls to temporarily suspend the motor vehicle inspection system. At today's Senate hearing, lawmakers told the Land Transportation Office that privatizing vehicle inspection has no legal basis. Motorists are up in arms over the roadworthiness inspection scheme, saying the fees are exorbitant and could not have come at a more inopportune time. And the Foreign Affairs Department is preparing to repatriate hundreds of Filipinos from Myanmar. The Southeast Asian country is still in limbo after the arrest of ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi. The DFA said the repatriation is set for February 15. We'll have more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Oral arguments on the controversial anti-terror law resume today. Marlene Alcaide joins us over the phone to give us the latest. Hi, Marlene. How was day 2?
Hi, Sean. Chief Justice Diosdado Peralta announced that the Supreme Court unanimously denied the petition of two ITAs to join the 37 petitioners against the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020. This after Solicitor General the two ITAs were forced by their lawyers to sign the document. It is still the petitioner's turn to answer questions from the justices when Calida asked for an urgent oral manifestation before the magistrate. Calida said his manifestation is a supervening event that will affect not only the oral arguments but also the resolution of the pending petitions as well. Calida then submitted video clips, transcripts, and affidavits of two ITAs, Japper Gurung and Junior Ramos, where they said they are withdrawing the petition because they were just forced to sign by their lawyers. The petition for intervention was filed on their behalf last week. Calida even read a part of the affidavit where the two were allegedly given 1,000 pesos and were told to split it into two. Last week, Justice Marvic Leonan said the case of the two ITAs might be an actual one that could provide controversy and allow them to exercise the power of judicial review. Before Calida was able to finish his manifestation, Peralta announced that the denial of the petition was done this morning. Gurung and Ramos were the first individuals charged under the anti-terrorism law. Their lawyers are from the NUPL. Sean, it was also revealed that the two ITAs are now being assisted by lawyers from the Public Attorney's Office. This did not sit well with NUPL chairperson Nery Colmenares, who described this strange and outrageous because they were not aware of the matter. But Calida says it does not matter because it is clear that they're withdrawing their petition. Sean?
Thank you for that update from the Supreme Court. Marlene Alcaide joining us live over the line. Government insists that most retailers can comply with the price ceiling imposed on pork and chicken products. Both the Trade and Agriculture departments conducted an inspection in various markets in Metro Manila earlier today. Officials said that they observed that pork products being sold are still well within the SRP or suggested retail price.
Importante yung mabigyan ng option yung mamimili. Kung nakikita natin na may mga grupo tulad nito, available yung murang presyo, lalo na within the price ceiling, at least may option si consumer na dun pupunta. At yung iba na rin nasa labas, mahikayat na magbaba na rin.
But in an interview with One News's Agenda, the Pork Producers Federation of the Philippines slammed Agriculture Secretary William Dar's plan to transport meat products from Mindanao. The industry group said the DA supply agreement with hog raisers in Mindanao did not push through because they did not meet eye-to-eye on prices.
South Cotabato Swine Producers Association, ay binibili naman niya yung baboy sa 144 pesos. Eh, siyempre, ang tumatakbo na ron, 180, 200. Eh, di ba dapat kung ikaw ay nangangailangan ng baboy? Eh, di bilhin mo kung anong gustong presyo nung binibilihan mo. Kaya sila hindi nagkasundo. Yung sinasabi niya na 10,000 every week na baboy na dadating dito sa Metro Manila, ay drawing yon, fake news. Sapagkat nakakausap natin yung presidente, ilang samahan doon, ay ang gusto nga nila 180. So hindi sila nagkasundo.
And President Duterte implored communist rebels not to sabotage vaccines in transit. The president made this appeal as the government reports that we are on track with the mass vaccination schedule. Maricel Halili with the report.
President Duterte on Monday appealed to the Communist Party of the Philippines or CPP not to interfere with vaccine transport.
Allow the vaccines to be transported freely and safely. I am asking you now to observe that rule because that is for the Filipino people.
Duterte said he does not want the delivery to be hampered, just like what happened to the social amelioration payout. Last year, military troops were ambushed by suspected New People's Army as they secured the distribution of SAP.
The Communist Party of the Philippines must guarantee that the vaccines in the course of their being transported to areas where are no city health officers or medical persons, na huwag ninyong galawin ang medisina.
The president also instructed the National Police to escort the delivery of vaccines to ensure their safe and on-time arrival. He also warned all government personnel, particularly the Customs Bureau, not to hinder the flow of transport.
Trabaho lang ninyo, customs is magtingin. You have no business na buksan-buksan yan dyan. You're not allowed to do that.
Vaccine star Carlito Galvez assured the president that the country is ready for the much-awaited arrival of vaccines, especially now that the chief executive even offered military camps to be used as vaccination sites should the need arise.
Magagamit din po yung military hospitals in terms of yung inoculating the defense and military and uniformed soldiers personnel and also their families.
As for the new COVID-19 variant, Health Secretary Francisco Duque said genome sequencing continues. Duque said that only 2% of more than 1,000 samples turned out to be UK variant cases.
Additional or karagdagan 25 samples ang sumailalim na po sa whole genome sequencing nitong nakaraang linggo at 8 mula rito ang naitalang dagdag sa mga nagpositibo.
Meanwhile, the Food and Drug Administration reminded the public not to buy vaccines in the market. Director General Eric Domingo explained that no shot for COVID-19 has been approved for commercial use.
Wala pa pong bakuna sa buong mundo na merong marketing authorization. Ibig sabihin na fully developed na maaari nang ibenta sa publiko.
Domingo added that they are coordinating with the various government agencies to prevent the entry of fake vaccines. For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao, and we are One News.